Hello there YouTube, it's me again. I'd just like to show you guys the other wooden box mod that I built. And this is the version 2. Basically just for comparison. This is a lot narrower than the other one that I built. I think this one is about 2.5 inches wide. This one, the other one is 2 inches, so half an inch narrower. Basically, the main difference is like my first one. Basically, the width is just the size. It's just enough for 2 batteries in there. A little bit of room in there, extra room, but just enough for the 2 batteries. Again, I use the same type of material. This is a 1/4 inch poplar that you can purchase from either Home Depot or Lowe's. I got this one from Lowe's. They're about less than $4 for a 4 foot long, and I think it's about a 1/4 inch by 3 by 4, so 4 feet, and it's 3 inches, but actual width is 2.5 inches if you know much about lumber dimensions. It's not really, you know, when you look at the dimensions, you know, for example 2 by 4 is not really 2 by 4, it's more like 1.5 by 3.5. So this is version 2. I use the same switch, which is a horn or anti-vandal switch, and it's the flush version. Same 510 connector, but the difference is this one I polished. I just use 600, 1500, and 2000 grit sandpaper, and I buffed it using a grinder with a buffing wheel, so it's got a mirror shine just like the switch, so it match. And this one, difference with how I put the 510 connector. Let me show you my old one, or my first one. This one is recessed here, so I can actually screw the nut on there, because again the 510 threading is too short for this 1/4 inch material. But this time around I recessed, the recessed portion now is at the bottom. Can't really see it, but the recessed portion at the bottom instead of being on the top, so I can actually, you know, still thread the nut in there. So this one sits up top of the wood there. And again, the dimension is just big enough for 2 batteries, you know, so I don't have the I don't have this kind of extra space right here. You know, I kind of learned that from building this first box mod. You know, so this is what it looks like. Then we remove the battery so you can see what's inside. I used the same springs, but this time around I used a Forstner bit to kind of drill a little bit of the material down there, so this thing kind of sits inside of that so it doesn't move. But again, I didn't fasten the springs in there. You know, I didn't use any glue, or basically it's not fastened, it's free floating in there. It's just held in place by the solid copper wire I used. Basically this copper wire is I think 18 gauge that I got from Radio Shack, so it's just held in place there. And the positive contact, this piece of wood right here is not glued either. This one's I just kind of put a dado on both sides and the back piece, so it kind of sits in there in place, so it doesn't, you know, when I put the battery on, it doesn't move up. But it's held in there pretty tightly because, you know, I use solid copper wire, you know, so when I put this in there, it doesn't move at all, so I can't even pull it out because of the wires in there. And for the positive contacts, basically I was in Lowe's, you know, trying to figure out what to use, but because on my first one I used a copper plate, but I didn't really like that, so, you know, I didn't want to use a spring because that's gonna, if I use a spring, that's gonna make my mod, I guess, taller, so I had to figure something out. And basically I found this at Lowe's in the electrical section. Basically it's a sleeve, copper sleeve. You can get a package of it. I'm not sure how many's in there, but there's quite a lot in there. I think there's maybe 50 in there, or 40 or 30, but it's like $4 or $5. So basically I just drilled I think this is a 1/4 inch size, and one end is flared, so if you drill a 1/4 inch hole and feed it from this side, it won't go all the way through because this end of it is flared, and it's just enough so it sticks out. So basically what I did is, you know, it's longer than a 1/4 inch, so I just kind of used my Dremel to cut it flush on this side. And what I did was I cut a piece of copper wire, kind of made it into, like, let me just show you out what I did. Cut a piece of copper wire in this shape, and basically it sat inside those two, one leg on each side, on each of the positive contact there, and I soldered it in place. So let me see if I can show it to you guys. Let me feed this in there. I just kind of, so you guys can see what I did. Give you guys an idea. Oh, God damn it. Basically it looked like that, but on the other side, and I soldered that in place, and I soldered the copper wire onto that piece of copper, and that went to my switch, one end of the switch, and the other went to the positive contact of the 510 connector. So again, all the connections are copper, and all the wiring are 14 gauge solid copper wire. And this time around I put a little angle here for the switch, so you can either use your thumb or your index finger to fire it. So here it is, and I put a light stain on there, and then I used a wipe-on polyurethane. I mean, it's not as glossy, but at least it has a little bit of protection. And this hole, the holes right here are from the rabbit, or not rabbit, but dado I used inside here, because I kind of went all the way through, but I just kind of, I guess it's gonna be for it's gonna be vent holes, right? So I was like, wow, it worked out. I didn't want to plug it, you know. I mean, I could plug it, sand it down, and so it looks like the hole's not even there, but I just kind of left it. Not a big deal to me. So, and all are glued using the type 3 wood glue, and it shouldn't go anywhere. It shouldn't move. It shouldn't disassemble unless I drop it and step on it or smash it on the ground, you know. But it's pretty good, pretty sturdy. And this thing just kind of, you know, I put 4 magnets inside, 2 here, oh actually 3, 2 here, 2 down here, and then 1 up here. So 2 there for the bottom, and then it's another magnet right there. And I got these magnets from Super Magnet Man. They're the 4mm by 2mm. So basically you just kind of set it in there, snaps in, bam, and you can slide it off, boom. And so it looks like from the inside. And once again, you know, I don't really have anything outside, you know, any design, but that's gonna be for later. I'm still thinking of what I'm gonna put on there. Basically, I'm gonna get it laser etched so it looks pretty nice. Or I might do, well, I can't do it now since I stained it. You know, I can't do the photo transfer since I already stained it. But I'll probably just get it laser etched with whatever the design I pick or choose. So again, comparison to my other one. It's a lot more comfortable. Oh, in addition, I did it on this one too, but I used a 1/8 inch round over bit to round up all the edges, so everything, you know, feels smooth. The bottom, you can see. So, and for this one, I'm using Sony VTC5s, and I've been using these batteries pretty much the whole day. You know, it started at 4.2, but now I think it's down to like 3.8, and that's the whole day. And let me see, I use the Atomic for this build. Not sure what I have on here, but this is 2, 4, damn, 2, 4, 7 wraps, dual coils, using 24 gauge Canthal. Like I said, this had this build for a while and not sure what the resistance is, but 7 wraps, 24 gauge dual coil, and I'm just using a 50/50 juicer. Nothing fancy. Haven't ordered any juice from Vaporaholic. You know, I normally use these juices for my tanks, but just test it out. Let's test fire it first. And for this one too, I'm using the 2 puffs. I'm gonna leave the air hole open about halfway. and bugs. So, in my opinion, it sits pretty hard compared to my, again, all my mods. You know, I got a couple copper mods. I have the Nemesis and the Pegasus. This sits a lot harder than those two. So let me try on my K-Fun Light Plus here. There we go. I just have the K-Fun Light Plus V2. I think I have about a 0.6, 0.7 build on here. 26 gauge Canthal. Whoa, nice. So here it is once again, my second box mod. This is a dual 18650 parallel wooden box mod. There's the inside, batteries in there pretty tightly, pretty securely. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you for watching.